No, it is the flaw of the chaos that makes this the illusionary universe. It is the sparks of intelligence, or what they call the shards of the chaos, that will bring light and diffuse the flaw. You see what I'm saying?
So basically it's the flaw.
It's the flaw.
It's the flaw.
And this creation that we find ourselves trapped in is nothing but a cosmic journey of diffusing the flaw, or the flaw burning itself out, the flaw disintegrating.
It's almost like a science experiment. This is what I'm getting out of it. Like a science experiment, and basically you're gonna test it out to get rid of, to find out what it really is, what the problem really is, to get rid of the problem.
Right.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, in so many words, yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or it's like a cleaning crew coming in to a vile and filthy situation gone bad and start to clean up. You see? But the source and the origin of the vile and filthy creation gets in a struggle. And every time they wipe up something, the source dirties it back up. And it's this cosmic struggle. Meanwhile, the source, because it got there first,
right,
not being the first in creation, or the first in that ever was, but it was the first to come into this environment and create the problem. But by it being the first there, the time is running out on it, because the ones behind them are a little behind to clean it up, but they got a little more energy because they didn't spend that energy by getting there first.
Okay. Okay.
So it's a catch-up thing.
All right.
That has to happen. But ultimately, we catch up.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
So what has become, in my search to unravel the truth, it first started off with something as mundane and social and political as saving black people, as just trying to correct your environment around you, and ultimately of unraveling from the social, the political, and all of these things fall off to the spiritual. Then the spiritual unraveling itself out of moralism and into science, and science unraveling itself off into the core of it. We ultimately find the ultimate solution, that this thing goes far beyond even race, because when this was put in place, the white man wasn't even on the doggone planet. And this was a group of black people that was under the behest of the cosmic archons. And they call them counterfeit spirits. So so the original counterfeit spirits, let me give you the example.
Okay.
When the cosmic abortion and all this went along, not only did the Great Mother try to correct it, when these particular spirits were trapped down in this particular aspect of this debauchery, ultimately they knew that those spirits by them coming from the source of the divine, they would be the cleanup factor. So when the debauchery itself found out that in actuality, that the spirits that it trapped would ultimately be greater than it created counterfeit spirits to come in and confuse the situation. So when the grand man or the grand pristine superior deity came in to clean up this stuff, which would be the origin of who we are, they also created a group of counterfeit spirits that will always be antagonistic with those so-called true indestructible spirits. And this element of antagonism will go back and forth at first with people that look the same, but they're separated from a single essence. One is the true spirit and one is the counterfeit. And later on, out of those counterfeit spirits, they would create another agent, which would be the white man. So when you ask the question, well, if black people created the white man, shouldn't they be responsible? And the white man can't be blamed. But what you don't understand, the white man was created by those counterfeit spirits.
Wow.
That the gods was pulling the strings to make those counterfeit spirits, these scientists,
So black people
create this white man.
So black people, is that to say black people didn't have anything to do with it?
No,
But they
you're
were
not listening. You got two people. You got two people. You got an original spirit that comes from the source of the great mother beyond the debauchery.
Okay.
Then you have the debauchery that creates its counterfeit spirit, creates its counterfeit spirit to confuse the spirits, confuse the spirits to do its evil work in maintaining the debauchery with these counterfeit spirits. But both of them look the same. They're all black.
Okay.
And those particular black ones, these counterfeit spirits, would later on result in creating the white man, who would be the modern counterfeit spirit.
Yeah, I got you.
But the original counterfeit spirits were black, which leads to this question that I have held back for over 10 years of putting forth, that we put forth now. Are some of those counterfeit spirits still in existence?
That's my question. That was my next question.
Well, I'm going to break it down right now, and it's going to be unpopular. It's going to be very unpopular. But I will say this. If they are in existence, most of them still resides in Africa. Do the math.
That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Out of Egypt I will call my son. We will sift out the right particles. They say this cosmic drama is like a fisherman fishing in the ocean. Some fish that are ripe are pulled out. The other ones that are not are thrown back in. You see what I'm saying? Some people that look like us are not of us.
Right.
That's the great mystery. But I do know one thing. These texts that are fundamentally African, they talk about these counterfeit spirits. The dates and the time that they said the counterfeit spirits came, which was shortly after creation, the white man wasn't even on the planet.
Nowhere around.
It had to be two kind of Africans.
So then they got, like you said, made.
And the ones based on the Osirian drama, which means the Great Westerner, that would be the ripe one. See, when you get the word righteous, it means ripe. To be the ripe one would end up in the West. Because the Camite texts say it would be the Westerner that would establish Mayat. Well, Mayat is not just some physical laws and order that the courtroom and judicial system is made out of. It is the very essence of putting back right that cosmic abortion. It's called the tikkun in Kabbalah. It's called Mayat in Kemet. And basically it means transmutation, transformation. It's an alchemical process of fermentation. That's why Jesus said, I am of the wine. Dionysus is of the wine. Osiris is of the wine. And it has to sift out a new product from the original. That's what alchemy is, taking something original and making something new out of it. But those new souls had to be sifted out of or called out of a confused